It's a fact that our nation's hospitals are the world's best at identifying and treating typical heart attack symptoms. But the early signs of a heart attack are much less clear and can be easy to misdiagnose and leave untreated. So it's important that every member of your hospital staff recognize the possibility of the many atypical symptoms, including pain in the jaw, neck, or back, pressure, burning or tightness in the chest, and prolonged indigestion or fatigue. These symptoms often go away on their own, but just as frequently, they can very quickly grow more severe. And in a hospital setting, everyone must be prepared to recognize the possibility of a heart attack and to take action quickly.
When I passed out in the ambulance because of the pain, I guess it was, that I'm going to guess was probably 5 to 10 minutes from when I first experienced indigestion.
When I got into my vehicle, I started sweating, and I was like, something's not right. But I still got the key started, drove from the back of the parking lot to the front, and by the time I got to the front of the parking lot, I got real nauseous. I stopped right in front of the office door. I had my little brother with me, and I asked him to get help. Something was wrong.
It takes me longer to tell you than it did to actually happen, because the progression was so rapidly overwhelming.
This was increasing pressure, and then I started noticing that I had a cold sweat. So those were the indications to me that something more than heartburn was going on.
All of the people you just heard from suffered massive heart attacks, but are alive today for one simple reason. They, or somebody near them, recognized the problem immediately and sought medical attention.
I think medicine overall has starting to understand better that early recognition and getting help early is saving lives. But we need to continue to educate other physicians. We need to make sure that our young physicians coming out are in line with this. We need to make sure that our nurses and our ancillary services or other services that are throughout the hospital all understand that as well.
The fact is, there is no longer such a thing as a typical heart attack patient. And the symptom of a heart attack can be as vague as anxiety or sweating. So it's critical that we do not dismiss an early sign of heart attack just because it's not obvious. It is also critical that we do not get talked out of taking action by a patient who feels embarrassed or is in denial.
People don't want to go through that embarrassment of it, and what they don't understand is that I think that the physicians and the nurses would just love to have you come in with indigestion rather than a heart attack, and make sure that that's the problem and not just second guess it.
After experiencing a heart attack, survivors always share the same advice.
My only message would be to someone, if you don't feel right, call 911 and go now. Don't wait for anything, no matter what you're doing.
I would definitely seek help if you felt something out of the ordinary. Don't talk yourself out of it. It's not worth it.
Time is very important. Just go. It's better to go to the doctor and find out that you got heartburn or some type of muscle strain than to not go and find yourself on the other side.
It is the role of every member of the hospital staff to understand and embrace this proactive approach before a heart attack happens, and thousands of lives will be saved. That is why the Society of Chest Pain Centers wants you to pledge to be part of this international movement by taking the Early Heart Attack Care, or EHAC, oath.